My good friend from Oklahoma, and he is a good friend, we've seen each other often in the Rules Committee, protests too much. This is not a bill, and the American people should know that it's not a bill. It is an affirmation of the inability of Republicans to govern. Republicans have the presidency, the Senate, and the House. A few months ago, their president indicated we need a good, beautiful government shutdown. Those are not my words. Those are the words of the President of the United States. This is not an appropriations bill. This is a stopgap emergency method in order to save ourselves from collapse. That is the Republicans' responsibility. Democrats, some many months ago, passed a budget, as a member of the Budget Committee, a budget that respected the needs of all Americans, including the United States Department of Defense. It provided funding for ordinary men and women who put on the uniform, some of them on food stamps. It provided for veterans' health. It provided for the children's health insurance. It provided for infrastructure. And it provided for ensuring that Americans could have good health care. That was the Democrats' budget. The Republican budget was a $2.4 trillion and counting cut to the needs of the American people. It threatened Medicaid and Medicare, quite contrary to Democrats. Now we find ourselves in the midst of those in Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands who barely got lights or power during the holiday season or thereafter. It's dealing with Texans who have no power in their homes, living in shells. They have no heat, waiting on disaster supplemental relief that is not coming. And of course, what about CHIPS? I represent the Texas Children's Hospital with my colleagues. My district surrounds that area. I've been to that hospital. I've seen what the Children's Health Insurance Program means to saving lives. What does that mean? 6 years? That's nebulous. What about permanent? What about passing Mr. McEachin's bill on working with seniors and children? That's serious. And I don't know what my friends heard, but early this morning, I heard the president say, snatch CHIPS out of it. They want to be in negotiation. I just want to be mean. And you know how you're being mean? You're not here seriously dealing with this. You're going off on a rally so that you can support the man that is running in the Pennsylvania suburbs who loves the president. That's not democracy. Whoever is running, let them run. Right now, here, we need some help, and we need to work on these issues. Or the 700,000 near Americans, they're dreamers, but they serve in the military, they're in medical school, they are PhDs, they are teachers, and we have them suffering. Some of them have committed suicide because of the ugliness of this body, controlled by Republicans, controlled by Democrats, Republicans in the House and the Senate. Finally, let me say that any president that can call something an S-hole is not a serious negotiator. And I believe that it is the Republicans' responsibility to put a bill on this floor that deals with getting the dreamers and fixing this appropriations process. And the hard work that our appropriators have done, Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry, we have not been listened to. This is their responsibility.
Time has expired. The gentle lady is not recognized.